You know, I'm very passionate about what I do, about my art, about my performance as a magician, about being a teacher. I used to teach art when I was in my 20s to an old folks home. I, I, I don't really think it was an old folks home. They were just older people there. Let's say it was like a community center. I taught there. I used to teach magic at the community centers. I teach. That's what I do. This isn't going to be some long, boring video. I just I want people to know I'm really, really passionate about art, and I think everybody should do it. Even people that can't draw a wiggly line should somehow be able to express themselves. And if they see something and they want to duplicate it in their own way, then let them clone if they don't have the eye and hand coordination to draw. I can draw, but I still clone because it's a form of art. And no matter how many traditional artists want to argue that it isn't, well, it isn't for you. But it is for people who can't do real art. Like you're saying it. Oh, cloning isn't real art. Yeah, it is. Cutting out photographs from the newspaper and pasting it together on a canvas is art. People do that. I think it's called a montage. But I'm really passionate about this. And I'm really passionate about trying to get as much artistic training out there to people who have never been able to do this and get it out to them and not be taken advantage of. I think the choral masters take advantage. I do. I think people like who see the new Ravel and they say, "Oh, let me charge $60 or $100 to teach people how to do it," because they're idiots. Instead of saying, "Well, wait a minute. If I could teach these guys how to do this, then I could teach them my way later on." But not for $100 or $300. Why would you do that to a fellow artist? You all talk to each other like you're all fellow artists, but you're not. You're fellow scammers. You're trying to come up with the next quick dollar instead of trying to come up with the next quick dollar. And that bugs the shit out of me because you're not, and I told this to Tim Shelburne once, you're not interested in art anymore, you're interested in making money. As much as you can. Whoever is foolish enough to pay $300 to learn how to draw some guy's face that you could trace and take 4 weeks to do it while you spend all of that time with your buddies online in the tutorial making jokes with each other. Nobody wants to sit there for 2 hours while you and your buddies are making jokes with each other instead of just drawing the line or the face. And if you don't think that 90% of the people that you're trying to hit don't agree with me, that's why you're not getting that many people. If you were more considerate to artists and those who want to be artists and say, "Here I am, let me teach you," and learn how to teach, this would be an artistic world. Do you think Do you think the old masters or the artists in the 1900s, do you think they all went to a cafe? They did. And said, okay, let's come up with a way of how to screw over other people who are learning to be artists. Because that's what your little choral masters group does. You pass around one brush to each other. Oh, let me just tweak it a little bit, give it a new name, and I'm going to charge $300 for this brush. You shouldn't be doing that. Y'all should be sitting in that cafe discussing how can you help the next guy. You want to make fucking money? Do you want to make fucking money? Sell the artwork. Don't cut the heads and hands off of the other artists. Yeah, sure, I know. You got followers. You ain't got followers, you got suckers. And you know who they are. And they're gonna kiss your ass. You're gonna throw them a few brushes. And they're gonna go out there, oh, I did this by Bob's brush. Ooh, I love Bob. Bob is the best. Bob is... We see those, we know them. And you didn't want me to point it out. I've seen your videos. Oh, let me bring this guy in. Yeah, let me bring him in. Okay. And then you sit and have a gab fest while everybody else is trying to ask questions. And then you have one person picking one question. These people are sitting there waiting to learn. And you guys are sitting there talking to each other, making jokes. Oh, and then I did it this way. Oh, yeah, and then we did it. Oh, yeah, and imagine if you did it all. Yeah, you got a class, dude. Imagine being a teacher in class and having another teacher come in, and all you do is sit with each other and gab. And the student raises a hand, and then you try to answer them. And it's like you're sitting there smoking weed. You lose whatever concentration, whatever track you were going on. This isn't a joke. You're not doing it for people. I'm doing it for people. Do you know how many people? You don't know. You know how many people come to me and say, I really love this tutorial. I love how you do this. And I say, do you have this tutorial? They say, no, can't afford it. Here you go. That's right. It's in their pocket. I gave it to them. They can't afford it. And they say, oh, I didn't want it for free. I said, it's not about money. It's about art. Do you guys ever say that? Yes, I'm passionate. I'm very passionate about what I do. I'm passionate about art. And I don't give two shits about that girl. That one girl who had an agenda to make herself popular by using my name and telling stories that didn't happen. I've shot thousands of girls since 1984. One says that story. One. What are the odds? But I don't care about her. I don't care about those other stories that were written back when I was a suspect in the murder of my girlfriend. Those are all hate stories. Of course they are. Thousands and thousands of people hated me because they thought I killed my girlfriend. Look at the year. So I don't care about that stuff. That Scarlet person and those other ones with all of my names on them. I don't care about those. But it does show the people who pick them out to use them as hate. It shows who you are. You're a moron. Because you're not looking into the story. You're not going, wait a minute, this is 2 or 3 years old, and the stuff that she's claiming, nobody else is claiming. And if he was stalking girls and all of that stuff, wouldn't he have been arrested? Wouldn't there be a court? So it shows who you guys are. But yeah, I have a lot. Hey, that's funny. I have a lot of things to say. I'm very passionate about what I do. The people who get my tutorials, the people who are in my groups, the people I meet in life, the people who come to my door, they know. And they see your stuff and they shake your head. And I'm talking about all of you. I'm talking about you choral masters who say, hey, let's try to ruin this guy. Well, when you do that, you get more people coming to my side. Because they're not as stupid as you. Y'all been smoking or sniffing too much goddamn turpentine. Get with the program, guys. Help out other artists. You don't need to charge $300 for nothing. Coral painter is expensive enough. Sometimes a little way too expensive. It's expensive enough. Fine, now they have to buy our brushes stuff, which is more expensive. And you guys don't want to sit there and say, hey, let me help these people out, become better artists. Now let me see how much money I can make off that stupid bastard. Well, that's it for now. Talk to you later.